Just one at a time.
Okay.
People
So it's
who
like
use
a,
FFP.
it's like a draft.
Yes, but we
Okay.
should talk about where we are going to go first. But
Okay. That
I
sounds
think
good.
that that could.
All right.
We need something else because
Mhm.
I'm lost about what we're actually going to talk about.
Yeah. Well, we're kind of just spitballing right now, but I like that idea. We'll do the draft. We'll do
People
the
who
draft.
use FFP.
Does it have to be people who use FFP?
No,
I think
because Jesus would have used FFP.
Yeah. If you could fish with anybody, it's just who would your dream team be? You and two others, or you and three others?
3 others.
You're a 4-man team.
4-man
Dude.
team.
What are we fishing for? We're gonna figure out a tournament.
Doesn't matter, dude. Just
Yeah, it
your
doesn't
dream team.
I feel like three's a lot.
But we
Okay.
cannot pick.
the same.
Like if Kale picks Will, like none of us can pick Will.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So we're back.
You want me?
Yeah, get it.
Get it going again.
Take 4.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Florida Fishing Products Podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate all 300 of you. You are just wonderful, wonderful individuals.
Or 150 that watched twice. Thank you guys.
Yes. Yeah. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And soon our podcast will be available where podcasts are normally consumed, like Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Yep.
This week, guys, we are going to be picking the spot that we want to go to. If we hit our goal for 2025, I don't know, what are we going to call this goal? We don't have a name for it yet.
I think it should be called like the Freedom 45, dude.
Ooh, Freedom 45.
I got that from Trailer Park.
The Freedom
Boys.
1.5?
The Freedom 1.5.
Say
dude.
why 45?
There we
Yeah,
go.
wasn't Trump Freedom 45?
We'll get to 45 eventually.
Yeah. Give us some time. But
All right.
Freedom
We'll call it
1.5.
Freedom 15.
Freedom 15.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
It
You know?
rolls off the tongue a little bit better. I like
Freedom
that.
25 for the year?
Yeah, you could do that. But I like to keep people guessing.
Okay.
Freedom
Alright.
15, they're not going to know what it's about,
That's
but
right.
it gets the people excited.
That's right.
You know what I
We're
mean?
all trying to lose 15 pounds.
Yeah, exactly. dude.
We really don't have that much to lose, unfortunately. As a team,
Yeah.
collectively, we're going to lose 15
This side
pounds.
of the podcast table, we could lose some weight. That side, they're skinny and nerds.
I'll try to gain
What are you talking
15
about? You're
pounds.
skinny too.
I'm
You
skinny.
calling us fat?
I'm skinny
Oh,
fat. No,
man,
me and
dude.
you. Me and you we got dad bods. They don't know yet. They don't have
I don't
kids.
know.
Dude, once you have a kid,
His kid's on the way. I feel like he's
coming.
transforming.
Oh, it's coming.
He's transforming.
I
The
have
Thunder,
something.
Welcome to the Thunderdome.
So
I cannot wait. I do
So-
not need to sleep.
this week we're going to be picking the location for Freedom 15 if we hit our goal.
Yep.
And then we're going to jump into a draft of the most legendary fishermen we could fish with. Basically, the perfect fishing tournament team. And it can be anyone that fishes fly or spin
Hmm
or hand line too, possibly. I can think of a couple. that
Dude,
I'll
I've
throw
got
in
some
there.
really good
Do they have to
ideas.
be alive?
No.
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 No, they could be dead.
Oof.
Could they be fictional?
No.
No, it's
No,
got to be a real
person.
person.
Like you're going to choose the old man in the sea?
Yep.
Okay.
That's
If
where
that's your
that's
pick,
where
I
my
mean-
mind was
Yeah,
going.
the-
Dude, I
Old
got
man
an
sea.
all-star lineup. Just wait.
As long as
boys.
it's known. As long as the person's decently well known.
Okay.
Like at least one person on the podcast, listening to the podcast would know who it is. And
then we're good.
yeah, then we're good.
Yeah. So
Preferably
so
more than
last
one.
week we spitballed and we thought about all the different places we could go. Right now, the goal is to pick one.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
We
Well,
like
we
it.
did add a couple.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Kenny in the past couple weeks has added a couple that he loves.
Couple what?
Spots.
For the Freedom 15, dude.
Yeah, but those aren't realistic.
Why not?
Well, I don't want it to be realistic. I wanna
Okay.
guess.
I'm just gonna go out and say the one idea that we're kind of all like leaning towards right now, it doesn't even really pertain to our own products so much. So I'm a little concerned about that.
Yeah,
You
we
know?
need somewhere we can use our reels.
Yeah, like I think we need to be able to put the Bahia and the Pro to work, whatever we're gonna do. So I might be throwing a wrench in this whole.
What spot were you talking about?
Podcast.
We
Well,
can't
dude,
use our
Great
notes.
Anagua. How do you say it, Kenny?
Great Inagua.
Great Anagua has snook,
Mm-hmm.
bonefish, permit, barracuda.
Has to have tarpon.
It has
It has to have tarpon.
I'm a little concerned about our ability to get there. That might be a little difficult. There's not even houses on the island, so
Camping trip?
Well, once Kyle gets new stringers, dude, we'll take that and blow
Okay,
the
the
stringers back
Hughes and-
through it.
Oh my gosh. You all should see the cracks that I have.
Well, let me
right
give you
now.
guys a little
crazy.
backstory. So Kyle drives his boat like he stole it. He's a tournament fisherman. He's very serious about tournaments. And tournaments, he's going nowhere slow, regardless of the current condition.
Fast.
Yeah,
even,
yeah.
I mean, even though my boat's probably the slowest one of the 70 boats plus,
True.
I have the slowest boat, but Yeah, I'm never going anywhere.
But his
slow for
throttle
me.
is full
His throttle's
all
full,
the time.
the stringers are gone, and his back is hurting.
My throttle's full, and my bilge recently has been full too of water. But
Mm.
it's fine.
Will Osborne
But-
called me after that tournament, and he goes, "Man, you didn't tell me how Kyle drove that boat." I was like, "What do you mean, dude?" He's like, "Brother, he floored it at 3 foot all the way across the." He goes, "You're gonna blow the stringers. My back's toast for weeks." And then 3 weeks later, we found
Joke's on him.
Yeah,
They're already
he blew the
blown.
stringers.
Yeah, I went and talked to the people last week, and they were like, "Yeah, these stringers have probably been cracked and not really giving your boat much structure for probably 5 years now." So we've all fished on that boat when
Yeah, dude.
at any point it could just crack. But I mean, the one thing about us, we fish in maybe 2 feet of water, so we could just stand.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
so
That
it's not
helps.
like the end all to be all, but I definitely am looking forward to having a boat that has some.
I remember when you were like,
stability.
he was like, "Do you think my stringers are bad? Do you think they're blowing smoke?" I'm like, "Kyle, those stringers are so bad, dude." And he sends me a video.
We should
and
put
it
in the
was
video.
worse than we thought.
We should put in.
Yeah,
the
we need to
video.
plug the video into this so you guys can
Yep.
see the current state.
That
of Kyle's
boat has seen some time on the water. It's definitely
Mhm.
seen some fish too.
Yep.
I've seen a lot of fish.
And guess what? It's gonna be brand new here in a
Yeah.
couple weeks, couple months. So
Just
Yeah.
in time for the baby
Does
to
it
be
get
here.
is it getting rewired?
I'm going to rewire. Yeah, it might not happen right away, but I have a few months that I won't be fishing. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
back to our goal.
Yeah.
So
Easily.
I'm kind of
distracted.
throwing a wrench. We can still throw out the idea of going to the Keys in March, April, or May to hit tarpon. We're talking about maybe doing an early season tarpon trip, or maybe going like prime time season. I thought early would be fun because it'd be a little quieter down there. Weather's still pretty nice. Granted, it can be a little windy, so that's the only like variable. If we go too early, it could be a really crappy week. Versus if we go in May, it's probably gonna be pretty slicked out, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
We'll at least get some good windows if we go in May.
When we went in May last year, that day that was slicked out was the craziest. I've never seen the Keys that calm. Remember that when it was like the reflection? It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Another thing is that we probably want to do something we've never done before. You know,
Mm-hmm.
True.
I'm back on the Bahamas train.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, I,
think-
love it.
You can't have-
Andros,
You can't. I mean, Bahamas, Keys. I don't care as long as the water's
it's
clear.
less
and
than
there's
6 hours, Kyle.
game
Don't
fish.
sigh like that.
Marquesas, though.
Well, bring
never
your
done
pillow,
that.
bud.
We've never done that.
Yeah, with the
We get a
Marquesas.
houseboat. We all grill. We all drink some whiskey. We all hang out. We all listen to music.
You
we
can
all
do
tie-
that.
We can do
each
all
other's
that
skiffs.
wherever we go.
Do you know the Bahamas has everything you just said?
Except our skiffs.
Let's run it across, dude. Let's make the
I mean,
crossing.
I'll
I'll be on the 34 yellowfin following y'all.
Who has the 34?
I'm gonna find somebody because
We
my
know
back
somebody.
cannot handle that trip. I
Yeah,
promise
just sit in
you.
a beanbag chair and his.
Who was your
his
one
map, he'll be
buddy that
good.
had the sport fisher on the other coast?
Yeah, we could call Ricky Alvarado. They're like a big tournament sailfish team.
Yeah,
But
that
they
would
might
be
be
fun.
interested.
They
yeah,
could follow us.
yeah,
We could. I mean, we all really only need 2 skiffs probably.
yeah. For us to
You could
fish.
take me and Kenny's skiffs.
I don't trust a 2-smoker, dude.
Dude, you tried
could tow
catching a
it.
Don't
sailfish.
trust
It
it.
didn't work out.
I
It's
don't
let
know.
me down too many times.
I think we got to hop on a plane for this one.
Yeah.
You know, it's a
Okay.
big trip. This is a big goal.
And I think it's
like,
a big goal, so we can have Bahamians pull us around. That might not be all bad either.
I think Bahamas, maybe like Andros would be a good idea, or Yucatan Peninsula, either like Belize area, Ishkalak, one of those.
I'm in, dude. I don't even know what Ishkalak is, but I'm
Is that the
down.
right pronunciation?
Yeah, Ishkalak.
I never knew how to pronounce
Like
it.
starts with an X.
Yeah.
It's like
C-L-A-C-A-K
it's
or
like
something.
Anglo.
Ishkalak.
You can't say that right. It's Anglo. I'm just
Just shaking
guessing.
his head.
What is it?
So
Where is this place?
Ishkalak.
Okay.
So
Ishkalak.
it's south of Belize,
Okay.
between Belize and is it Cabo? That's over there in Mexico.
Maybe, yeah.
I think Cabo might be on the west coast. Let me pull this one
Cabo's,
up.
yeah, Cabo's West Coast.
So it's not Cabo then.
That's pretty far.
What's the other? No, it's really not
the
too
west
far.
coast of Mexico?
It's on the East
I want
Coast
to
of
be. We're talking
Mexico.
about
Oh.
East Coast.
Okay.
Cancun. So it's
Cancun.
between Cancun and Belize. I think it's actually in Quintana Roo. Here it is on the map. Xcalak, Ishkalak.
Okay.
I always called it X-Clack.
Yep, Xcalak could work too, but I think it's Ishkalak.
It starts with an X.
Ambergris
How do you
K.
say that?
Yeah, it's
There's some
confusing.
really good bonefish, permit, tarpon, snook.
Yeah.
They got all of it. They
Man.
got the big 4.
Okay, perfect. So let's call this Operation Ishkalak.
Ashkalak, dude.
Operation X.
X.
Operation X.
Dude,
X gonna give it
we're
to you.
getting somewhere. X is
Alright.
gonna indeed give it to you.
Yeah, it's literally
Big X to
between
plug.
Belize and
Shout out Trevor.
Cancun. I don't know the easiest way to get there. I think flying into Cancun and driving down 4 hours is probably the way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what I'm throwing out is
That
somewhere.
flight's short, man. I went to, I don't know where I think I flew into, it wasn't Cancun. No.
Let's take a cruise for the girls. The girls can hang out on the.
You can't
ship.
fish on a cruise.
You can't
dude.
really get off the
Sounds
boat for
terrible.
long, unfortunately.
We're all going to
Yeah.
get COVID.
We could do the cruise over there and then spend like 2 or 3 days
Yeah.
there and then 2 or 3 days back. That's a long trip. We're talking about now we're extending it out pretty far. So
That,
Yeah.
that is
we're going to have to
far.
figure out, are
I
we
like
taking the
Project
families
X.
or are we
Project
just
X.
doing the bros trip? I think
Project X.
Project X.
And if you take your wife to the rainforest, it could get hairy quick, I think. The more rural and,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
with,
I'm
like,
down to
young
sleep in a
kids,
hammock and catch bonefish, but I'm not sure how down my wife is.
My
She
wife's out. She's not a camper.
Brittany's allergic to bugs, every bug, so
Mhm.
it's probably a good place to bring her.
Yeah, we drive to the wrong side of town, and my wife's out. We go to Cancun and then drive 4 miles into the middle of nowhere. She's probably gonna be like,
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you,
about it.
last time I took my wife to Mexico, sidebar, she's allergic to every bug, so we were just praying that, and we didn't bring an EpiPen in all of our infinite wisdom.
smart.
Yeah. So we're in Mexico at the pool. Brittany has a couple margaritas, and the one lone Mexican bumblebee comes out. And I don't know that it was a bumblebee, but it was big. It's like a
Mhm.
big hornet looking thing. Flies right into her armpit and stings her. Right? She's got sweaty Mexican armpit. And I'm like, and I know that she has bad allergic reactions. So she gets real pale and nervous. And she's like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, let me see that thing. I'll suck the venom out. It wasn't the best idea, but it's what I had. Because we have this little tool at home.
That sounds kinky.
Just wait, dude. It gets
sounds
worse.
kinky.
So we have this little
This is a
tool
Kale
at home.
story.
We have this little tool at home that it's like a little tube that you put on a bug bite and you can suck the venom out. Right. And it
Yeah.
works really well. We didn't have that either. So I try to suck her pit by the pool, but she's embarrassed. so she's like, "Hey,
go
we
to
have
the
to go to our
bedroom."
room." Yeah, so we go back to our room and I suck the pit. My stomach hurts so bad. I was either the deodorant, the sweat, or the venom. Maybe the mix of all three. But I put a hickey on her armpit to get this thing because I knew she would relax. And then we march across the street to the Farmacia, the La Farmacia, where they sell you any pill you want. And I'm like, do you guys have Benadryl? And the lady looks at me. She smacks her muscles like this and goes, you, HGH. It's like, damn, lady, don't roast me. I don't
She
need
was
no
lying.
HGH, dude. I need some Benadryl. So we got her Benadryl and it worked out. But yeah, I did suck an
And
armpit.
Kale also did get the HGH.
I did. Yeah, I'm Jack now. So.
Steroids.
Looking good, bro. Looking good.
Yeah. But yeah, sorry. But I did have to. So bringing my wife to a place with Mexican hornets, I don't think it's the best idea.
I think if we're gonna bring the families, either Everglades, which still might be tougher. The Keys has more to do.
Keys.
Would be probably a good option for the families. If it's just gonna be the boys, Ishkalak,
Ishkalak, dude.
Project X.
Yeah.
So
X.
I think we
X.
might have to curb this and figure out exactly what we want to do. But I think those are our 2 options: Keys tarpon fishing or Ishkalak for everything.
I would have bet that we
swims.
weren't going to narrow it down to 2 today, so I'm
Or
proud of
Bahamas. You just throwing out the
3.
Bahamas like
Okay,
that?
Bahamas is still in there. Yeah.
I feel like Bahamas is so close. It's
Yeah.
easy to do. Like if it was only 3 days.
Mhm.
that. And chicks
4
like
days.
beaches and clear water.
That's true.
So
Yeah, the flight gets a little hairier with like
Passport though. I don't know if I
family.
have one.
you don't. I'm
I
sure.
definitely have a
I'm
passport.
sure you don't. Your
it's hard
dad's
to
a
get
pilot.
you to leave Florida, dude.
I had to have a passport to go to like Texas. So
Oh, goodness.
So,
All right, but I'm more excited. I think we got this narrowed down to a good couple places, and I think we can brainstorm more. I'm sure Kenny next week will come in with another.
by next pod,
by the next pod,
we'll
we'll
have
have a
an-
spot.
Yeah, we
down,
got you.
But Project X is.
But
leading
I'm
right
looking
now.
forward to this fishing dream team mission.
Yes.
I've got a crew of guys that I think is
us off.
unstoppable.
round table. You get 1 pick.
I get to go first?
Once they've been chosen, though, they're off the table.
Yes.
So
So I get to go first?
you only get 3 picks.
I
All
think
right.
we should do rock paper.
I got the first pick, and I want to do it before y'all steal it.
Okay, go.
I'm going with Jesus. You put Jesus on your team, dude, you're catching all the fish. He might be like, hey, you need to fish on the other side of the boat. And we'll be like, okay, got you,
We'll
dude.
say, let down your nets. You'd be like, Jesus, we didn't bring a net.
I was gonna say I have never seen Jesus
don't-
He'd be like,
try
yeah,
to
open up that front hatch.
You
Boom.
don't need a net with Jesus, dude.
He's
He
never
just
tried to fly
grabs
cast.
them. He's never lost a fish.
A spinning reel had
Wow.
been invented.
He wins with the first pick. Okay.
All right, sorry.
I
I
was
had
about
to
to say,
take
that,
that.
that, that
Jesus
can't
is
work because you
excluded.
automatically
Yeah, I
win.
A spinning reel hadn't been I think a spinning reel was what 1900 years later until.
But Jesus knew it was coming. He's like, Kale and the
Yeah, man.
boys at
Jesus
FFP
told
are gonna have a
Peter
spinning
and the
reel.
boys. He said, "Drop down your nets." They're like, "Jesus, we have fished all night long. We haven't caught a single thing." But they're like, "If you say so, you
Yep.
say so. We'll drop down our nets." They dropped down their nets and they had a boatload full. Almost sank the boat.
So you're
See?
saying Jesus is the reason why nets have been banned in Tampa Bay for about 40 years,
Could be.
maybe 50 years.
He could
was
have
because
something to do with it. You know?
I want to
Well-
say that's probably the environmental regulations.
and the Sea of Galilee is a lot different than
They might have
Grand,
redfish,
Antigua
dude.
or Big X.
Yep.
X-Calac.
X-Clack, Big X.
Ish Kalak. So okay, Jesus
Real,
is a great
okay.
pick. You
All right.
won the
No-
first
no,
round.
no.
Do you
Okay.
want to get rid
Now
of Jesus and
we're
we'll
gonna start
get
again.
like a regular person? All right,
Yes.
I'm going
Jesus.
Tennessee
Not the Son
Tickler,
of God.
Bill Dance.
Wow, that's a
Oh.
good pick.
I'm going because that dude's my boy.
He didn't even cross my mind.
Oh, he crossed mine first thing, dude. Our team. Well, if I show up with Bill Dance, dude, everyone's nervous.
You're gonna have a
But
good
where are
time.
we fishing?
Anywhere, you got to be
Hmm.
ready for anything. You need
Anywhere
an
in the
angler.
world.
You need an
I think we need
angler.
some,
No, you
You
best
need some
Anywhere in the
rules.
world.
It's a tournament. We gotta have some
Yeah.
rules to this tournament. There's got to be a way to win. You can't win if there's no rules.
I think a slam tournament.
True.
What slam?
Bass,
No. it's
tarpon, mountain trout.
No, because we aren't going to be getting on planes. We need something that we can catch all in one spot.
I think we're thinking a 1-day tournament.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like a same body of water tournament.
Mhm.
Snook, redfish, trout.
All right, keep it easy.
Basic slam.
Snook. Well, if we're going for snook, redfish, and trout, that changes up who I would probably pick.
Well, I'm still going Bill Dance, just for team morale, dude.
All right. All
Okay.
right.
He'll fall off the boat, keep the team laughing. You know,
Hmm.
that's what we need.
You
Spook
know,
every fish.
Yeah, dude.
if I'm going, okay, are we talking about biggest fish too? Like we're just saying
Yeah.
catch, photo, release, biggest
Yep,
fish.
yep.
We're
Mhm.
not catching slotties or anything. It's
Yep.
the biggest fish we can catch. This is probably gonna shock you guys, but I'm gonna go with the Mogan man. I'm gonna go with Blair Wiggins. Yeah,
Dude.
I'm gonna go with the Mogan man because
Wow.
he's named the Mogan man for a reason. One, but
Wow.
that man's fished all over the place. If you
He
talk
has?
about a winner right there, I feel like Blair Wiggins, he's gonna catch you a 45-inch red. The one time I got to fish alongside of him, I beat him in numbers all day. But when it came down to catching the biggest fish, he caught the biggest fish
Well, his
by
name
far.
was the Mogan man.
I know,
dude.
man.
You can't compete with that.
It was a legendary moment. He caught a 35-inch red off the bow of the boat, and it was pretty sick.
That was pretty impressive.
What's his like catch line? What does he say? trying to think of what what the Mogan man says.
I haven't watched Addictive Fishing in like 10 years, but
All I know is one of my favorite rods I had as a kid was that blue.
the Wright and McGill.
Whatever
The
it
Wright
was,
McGill.
dude. I couldn't break
Was
that
it the-
thing if I tried.
It's like the aqua or blue water.
I don't
aqua
know.
Blue. I think it was aqua blue.
Something like that.
Unbreakable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
those
my
are-
pick.
All
Kenny,
right.
who you
I
got?
met him though at Dick's Sporting Goods. He was there selling his rods and reels. And
Did you get a
I went
picture
there.
with him, dude?
oh yeah,
Dude, he for
Oh, yeah.
our generation of angler, he was the legend.
He
He
was.
still
Blair
is,
Wiggins
dude.
is
He's
legend.
out there doing it.
He is still
Bull
there.
Bay just brought on the
true.
Mogan man, dude.
That's true.
hmm
My first pick, if this is going to be a slam tournament, would be CA, dude.
yeah, he's a good pick.
The old CA Richardson.
Yeah, I think CA is a great pick. However, when it comes to big fish, I feel like CA he's a scientist on the flats. But unless he's fishing Louisiana, I don't normally in his show see him catching Mogans. I don't see him catching big
Shots fired.
Jeez.
fish. Yeah, I'm
Shots
just
fired. CA,
Wow.
pick up your game, dude.
and I love CA.
No,
I think he's one of the
CA's a
greatest-
Just
serious-
lost one of our listeners.
But
right
lost.
there. CA will never.
So we are down
CA
to
will never listen to our podcast.
We were
So
trying to
we're down
get him
to-
on the pod, dude.
so
It's
now
not
I'm
looking
sticking up for
good.
my man Blair Wiggins at this point. Which, if I was gonna watch a show, I'd watch Flats Class over Addictive Fishing. But if I'm gonna fish a tournament and I'm
He
not
just
there to win,
dissed his
I'm,
own teammate,
I'm
but
picking.
it's okay.
I'm picking Blair Wiggins.
Jeez.
Dude, CA's a wealth of knowledge.
He is.
You know,
Yeah,
you
he's a
think
good
about
pick.
it like he's a stick. So
Yeah,
I
he's a
like
good
that pick. Kyle, what do you got, bud? Who's number one draft pick?
FFP user, Rob Fordyce.
Dang,
Big Rob.
he's a true.
He
winner.
can catch some giant snook. I mean, we have seen him catch.
Well, he's the best
40
tarpon
Yeah, he'll
fisherman
beat
there
up all
is.
the other teams, scare you
Yeah.
off the water.
Yeah, I
True.
mean, he's the best.
Me
tarpon.
and Rob right next to each other. If this was a fight, you all should be scared.
I would be.
I don't care if you're
Dude.
Jesus on your team. Me and Rob Fordyce in a
Shots
fight.
fired.
In a fight,
Dude, Rob
taking Jesus,
Fordyce
but
would give you a swirly, Kyle.
probably, but
in the
he's
live well.
on my team.
A,
He's
knuck-
on
a
my
knuckle
team.
sandwich for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
He is on my team. He's a beast.
Dude,
That dude can catch some big snook.
yeah.
And
He's a
I'm sure he knows
winner.
where there are some big redfish down there too.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't. He only needs to catch one of the fish.
Yeah.
I mean, he could catch them all too, but like, if he doesn't specialize in redfish, you still got 2 more picks. So
Yes.
I feel like for big snook, Rob's a great choice for
Good
tarpon,
pick.
which we're doing a slam tournament. Is the slam including tarpon, or we're excluding?
Why don't we
it?
add tarpon as a kicker?
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
'cause-
thinking slam. I'm thinking big redfish, big snook, big trout, and that's why I picked the Mogan man.
Yeah.
To throw tarpon in there, I would probably add someone a little bit different.
So
I feel
now
a
we
little
can add
better
someone-
about CA tarpon fishing than probably Blair.
Yeah. All right. So is my second pick?
yeah, your second pick.
I'm gonna keep it close to home on this one. The best local fisherman I know, I'm going with Will Osborne.
Mm.
Like if you fish with Will in a slam tournament, you're almost guaranteed top 3.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Unless you have really bad stringers in your boat.
unless you
Unless
almost
you're
kill him on
tied.
the way to the spot.
I think the trick is you got to fish on his boat.
100%.
Right? You can't fish on your boat. You
I
gotta
remember
fish
the
on
first
his.
time he got on Kyle's little Maverick. He goes, "Look at this little go kart." So I'm going with Will. I got
Will's a good
Bill
pick.
Dance and Will Osborne.
And Will can
Come
catch
at
some
me,
pretty
bro.
solid trout too.
Mm,
Yeah, he said he caught 100 trout over 21 inches last week.
100.
100 over 21.
That's insane.
It's a good sign, boys.
Yeah, we need to go fish in his area soon for trout.
know.
We want to have a trout sale. That's the spot to go.
That's where
Yeah.
you get your inventory, right?
Yeah. So I got my second pick now. So now I'm thinking tarpon as well. I got to throw tarpon in the mix. Man, great tarpon fisherman. There's a lot of really good tarpon fishermen. Like a lot of really good tarpon fishermen.
And there's like different because some are
Mm.
fly, some are like hardcore bait.
Yeah.
Um,
Are there any limits? Like, can we fish live bait, artificial?
Anything.
You can throw a fly, whatever
Yep.
you want on. Okay,
Yep.
we're not putting any limits on what you can use to catch the fish. Man, I'm just trying to think. I was gonna say Andy Mill because he's a great tarpon fisherman and he's just a awesome dude.
Great dude.
But in terms of tournament fishing for tarpon, that's a different story altogether.
Andy Mill's like the podcast daddy, dude.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I
Or
mean?
like fishing, definitely.
100%.
He has the best fishing podcast.
I'll go with Andy Mill because it's going to be a good time. with him at
100%,
this point.
yeah.
He's a legend. He knows how to fight tarpon. He's fought a lot of tarpon. A lot of these guides, they put people on tarpon all day long. You know they can catch tarpon, but as someone who's actually like fought tarpon, Andy Mill fights a lot
Mhm.
of tarpon. He's
And
perfected it.
he smokes dad darts while reeling in the fish. He's got
Yeah.
a cigar in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm out of breath without a gar in my mouth reeling in a tarpon. So that's kind of legendary right there.
He reminds me of this guy, Pepe Vidal. I used to fish tournaments against. Pepe's Cuban, and he would have a cigar in his mouth all the time. Every tournament, the entire tournament.
Legend.
Legend for sure. Yeah, Andy Mill is that's my tarpon
So
guy.
you got the Mogan man and Andy Mill. That's
Mhm.
a pretty good setup.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good setup. Kenny, what's your number 2, bud?
Number 2. Is this just in Florida?
Anyway,
The tournament or like
The tournament.
yeah, we're Florida fishing products. We'll go with
Just
this
in
one.
Florida.
It's a
we'll-
Florida tournament. And
we'll
plus,
stick
where
with
where else are you going to
Florida
go and get
Bahamas.
that kind of
Florida,
slam?
Bahamas,
Sea trout,
Inagua.
snook, tarpon, and
In one day?
redfish. The only other place I can think of is Texas, and they don't have quite the
Yeah.
size that we would have here.
Yeah.
On some of those
I was
fish.
gonna pick Trevor over there for the trout. I was gonna fly over, get a trout with
Mm.
Trevor.
Okay.
That's a good pick.
I actually thought about that too.
Yeah. Give me a 10-pound trout.
We're thinking it's a one-day tournament, so you got to catch
One-day
boats in here.
tournament,
So
alright,
if you
let me-
want, you
well,
could go
dude,
fish
Trevor's
Texas.
good. Trevor's half Polish, half Mexican, dude. That's a winning combo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you that right
A
now.
fighter right
Yeah.
there.
That's a rare combo too. That's a
Yeah.
rare one.
His dad's a Texas Ranger, dude.
And his mom's Polish.
No, his mom's Mexican. Dad's Polish.
A Texas Ranger.
And then you have Trevor, dude. He's like a hybrid.
My only thinking is that in Texas you're gonna lose on the snook, most likely. And I know they have tarpon, but I don't really know much about the tarpon.
They're just going to win on the trout.
And I don't know
primarily.
if CA is very familiar with the Texas tarpon fishery.
CA knows everything. I think anywhere
Dude.
he goes, he's going to
Okay.
catch fish.
Ty's trying to win.
He's
CA
the
back.
fishing syllabus, dude.
He's trying to win him back slowly.
He's trying
After
to get you to
saying you're
cut.
either Mogan
He's trying to
man.
get you to cut CA so you can pick him up, dude. Oh my goodness. Dude, Trev's not a bad.
Yeah, I'll go with Trevor.
Trevor's a stick.
Trevor's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Young blood over there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Trevor
who's your
is
first?
feisty,
CA.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I gave you a hard
Yeah.
time about that. And then Trev.
and like Trevor's feisty. Like
Mhm.
Trevor is a fighter.
I said Polish and Mexican. You guys, he's a fighter. I was
He's a
like,
fighter.
yeah, dude, that is.
I think about Polish, like,
Polak,
boxers,
and also
yeah.
Mexican. Yeah, they don't play.
yeah.
I mean, Trevor's definitely a solid pick. But if we're thinking Florida, I have it down between two right now. Two people, both of them really good friends. But I'm gonna go with the younger of the two, Austin Campbell.
Oh,
I've
I
never
never
fished with
think
him.
about
Austin, I'm
Austin.
sorry,
Austin,
dude.
I blew it,
Come
buddy.
on,
I
Kenny.
have
Oh
never
my
fished with him, but I know
God.
that man can catch big snook, big reds. I know.
Kenny's
I know
regretting his
over there-
decisions right now.
Yeah, I blew it. I didn't even think about that.
Oh my
I know over there
goodness.
has some pretty solid trout too.
Yo.
Yeah,
So
we
Just
screwed up.
lost it.
Yeah,
It's
Austin's the
over.
only person I've ever fished with where I was tired of reeling in big fish. I'm like, I'm kind of done with this. This is normal. He's like, I only catch big ones. I was like, I thought you were full of shit. No, he's not.
so now Kale has pissed off Will Osborne because Will.
I got
know
Will,
has done
dude.
that.
Me, dude, Big Willie. He's on my team, dude.
But you just
Wait
said
till you
that-
hear my third guy, dude. The team morale coming
But-
from my team.
But you just picked someone that isn't on your team that said that, and you said that this is the only person that has made you tired of catching big fish. Will is.
Oh, Will has to. That's unfair. Sorry, Will. Will also tired me out. I remember one time
His
I was
team
fishing
morale
with
is
Will.
going
I'll
downhill
never
fast.
forget this, bro. Will told me one time. He goes, "Cast right there if you want a red. Cast right there you want a big trout." And I'm like, "Bro, get real.
Can't be
You're
that
so
easy."
full of shit." I cast into the trout hole, pull up like a 23-inch trout, and I'm like, I'm done with you, Will. I'm tired.
Too easy.
I'm done with you, dude. Okay, so yeah, I'm going Will Oz. So you got Austin Campbell, and who's your
Rob Fordyce.
Rob Fort? Doof. That's gonna be a
Jeez.
hard
Mhm.
deal.
This is
I got
tough.
Will Osborne and the Tennessee Tickler, aka Bill Dance.
Which we are not fishing for bass.
It doesn't matter, dude. The guy's a legend.
I mean, yeah. He's
Okay,
got a lot
so-
of Riz on his team.
So
with-
because we have
with,
Will
the
Osborne,
Tennessee
I'm
Tickler.
confident with the finding the fish, the catching the fish, all that. We're good. We got a team captain, if you will.
for sure.
But this one's a kind of out of left field, and this is more for my personal pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Randy from Trailer Park Boys. And dude, do you know he fishes now, dude? Randy Bobandy. He fishes a ton. We need to get him some
Okay,
reels.
wait,
Look
wait.
at his Instagram. He's all he does is,
he
fish
always
now.
Okay, wait.
shirtless?
Wait,
I don't know.
Gut
I think-
out?
hopefully.
wait, guys, but just
That's
but,
the only way I can imagine him fishing.
wait, but just to make this kind of even, I think you should save him for next round. We should do 3 fishermen and then 1 vibes person.
Dude, Randy Bobandy
Well, he's already
is
got 2
a
vibes
fisherman.
person, so at this point,
Dude, Bill Dance smashes
I'm sure
fish.
he's got a third.
And Randy,
So-
check out his Instagram. He's into fishing.
What is his Instagram?
So you were gonna pick
I'm gonna
someone-
look
I'm
it up.
sure it's like Cheeseburger Randy or something. I don't know,
Cheeseburger
but I
Randy.
type in Randy Bobandy and see what pops
Yep.
up. But I have seen Randy on his bass boat out there catching them, and I'm like, he'd be a great tournament partner.
So you want to pick him and then pick a vibes person next round.
If you see my boat and you see the Tennessee hat on the front and you see Randy's gut on the back, you're gonna be scared. You're gonna be like, I should have picked those guys. Those are 2 legends, dude. 100%.
I still think I'll take Rob Fordyce.
Yep.
Sorry, Rob.
Kale's going for a good time.
Yeah, I'm going for a good
I'm
time.
going for the tournament win.
All right. I
want-
still think
wanna
we
see
can
the
win with
W.
Will.
Yeah, I mean,
But
you have
we'll
a good-
laugh
you
the
have a-
whole time with Randy.
So
You
and
know
the
what I
Tennessee
mean?
Tickler.
so Kale,
Dude.
Kale, save
You'll
Randy
be eating
for
cheeseburgers for
Dude,
sure.
he'll have cheeseburgers on deck. You know he's going to come with a cooler full of them dirty burgers. And then we got lunch,
Okay,
too.
save Randy for your
No,
4th
he's
pick.
already committed.
I'm
He's already
done.
committed.
I got my team.
Okay,
He doesn't need a 4th.
Yeah, I'm
He's got
good.
a winning combination.
Yeah,
That's
they are gonna win at something.
yes, yes. Eating cheeseburgers for sure.
Yeah, cheeseburger
Absolutely.
contest.
He's gonna bring a grill out there. He'll be grilling. I'll have one of those rod holder grills. He'll be grilling cheeseburgers.
We
the
need to
entire
talk more
time.
about bringing Randy onto the
Do
team.
you know who Randy is?
I know who.
Okay,
We need to
okay.
bring
Just
Randy
making
onto
sure.
the team, dude.
All right, I'm just making sure.
I'm
Kenny.
I'm
I don't
serious.
know.
Randy has a fishing Instagram.
All right, let's get him on the pod.
I want him on the pod, and I want him on the team.
Hey, that's a great first interview right there.
Dude, if we get
Randy from Trailer Park Boys. I'm a little afraid of that one. Come on,
Okay,
Randy. We
so
want
who's
you.
your third all-star, dude? I got an
All right.
all-star squad.
I'm going for the win. I got to even this out because you made a pretty good pick over there with
And
Austin Campbell.
we're not really worried about Kale's team if we're being
yeah,
honest.
I'm
I
not-
would be-
It's
yeah.
pretty much Will against the world at this point.
Will's gonna put you on all the fish, but
Dude,
I have a
you're
feeling
saying
that
if-
Will
Will
and
has a
Randy are
handicap
gonna
If
lose.
going
Will
on.
Osborne tells the Tennessee Tickler to catch that fish. The Tennessee tickler is going to catch that fish, bro. You can't tell me otherwise.
The only thing I know that he's going to do is guarantee he's going to fall out of the boat at least once.
That's
At
fine.
least
That's
once.
okay. The laughter will be flowing.
Yeah.
You know.
That's good for team vibes for sure.
Thank you.
All right, so I was gonna go with another Legends, and I'm thinking about it still, but I want the win, so I need to counter Kyle's pick because I think Kyle had one of the best picks with Austin Campbell in terms of winning the tournament, just because he's got snook and redfish on lock, really good chance of big tarpon. I don't know about his trout fishing abilities, but he's in an area where you can get big trout.
If it's like anything else he does, he knows he's got it.
But I'm gonna go with the one that is less known, but possibly more fishy than Austin Campbell.
Uh-oh.
Billy Rodney.
No.
That's
So-
what I was gonna
so-
say. No,
so
those are
when
two
I
different
said- I was
partners, though. They both.
Exactly.
And
So
that's
when
why they got to
I
go head to
said-
head because they fish the same areas. It evens the
Yeah.
playing field.
So when I said that I had two people that I was trying to pick
Sandbaggers.
against that were friends,
Mhm.
it was Billy and Austin.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Austin has more picks of big fish that you see, but Billy's more
No,
hush,
I think it's
hush.
about equal, bro. I think they're both like. I think if you're fishing in their area, those are the two dudes.
Oh, absolutely.
That's it. Like,
No,
But
that's
I
it.
just feel like with Billy, I'd have to be more straight edge. Like I don't know if I could use my sense of humor. Around
Oh,
Billy
dude,
'cause-
Billy gets it. Billy
Really?
100%.
He's a
he
fishing
seems
guide.
so freaking like serious and such a good person. I know Austin has a little bit of like
He's more
devilish
your vibe.
in him.
A
He's
you
little-
know?
definitely more your vibe.
Just a little bit
I
more.
wouldn't
Of,
say devilish. But he has more of an edge, maybe.
okay,
Yeah,
but-
he's more edgy.
Billy's a stick, and I'm
Billy's a
pretty
stick.
sure Billy was the one that when Austin started guiding,
Yep.
partnered up with him because he
Yeah.
recognized that Austin was going to be the man.
I think
Yeah.
Austin runs his yellowfin, or at least he's ran.
He bought it from him.
Okay,
Mhm.
that was it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my
Dude,
dream team.
Yeah, I can't believe you guys. I didn't even think of
That's
Billy or Austin. Yeah, we blew
He
it.
said Austin, and
And
then
he
I,
went straight
immediately I thought Billy, and you picked Billy.
It's all right. It's just the way she goes.
Lee.
My team's getting our ass beat.
Yeah.
Will, we need you, bud.
Hey, you could pick Leahy. That'll even out Randy over
Get
there.
Jim Leahy, dude. He'll be
Bubbles.
hammered. Yeah,
You
get
go for Bubbles.
dude.
Hey, Bubbles could be
The
a
vibe guy.
sleeper.
Dude,
a
Ricky
sleeper.
would be pretty funny too.
Ricky.
Yeah. But the only reason I said Randy is because he actually fishes. I just saw his Instagram like a week ago.
You'll have to
and I
share
was
that
like,
with us.
He fishes, dude.
I got to see this. What does he fish for? Like
Bass.
trout? Oh,
I
it's
think
bass.
bass.
Okay.
Yeah, he's somewhere landlocked.
Yeah, all the celebrities they fish for bass.
Mhm.
None of them really fish for saltwater fish.
Kenny, what you got, dude?
I don't know. Ty took it. I
Why
might
don't you-
just forfeit.
No.
See, there's
We
one
are
one
just
win
gonna
right
run
there.
two
many
guys.
legends, dude. What about the B1 bomber?
Oh, the B2.
What about B2 bomber? You could totally get some points from your father-in-law by saying him.
There's some legendary keys guys that we haven't even touched.
No.
Yeah, but we're talking we're talking redfish, snook, trout.
Dude, the B2 bomber.
You got CA, so he can catch them all. He's got the knowledge.
Well, he's got the knowledge, and then you
and
could.
then you got Trev, who's got the young blood, the skill,
I think I have a Keys legend. So
and then
Don't say
you
no,
need
say
a
Keys Legends.
badass tarpon guy. I feel like Trev will sight cast a 30-inch sea trout wherever he's at. I'm confident about that.
I don't know about the keys.
he's not tall enough to see him here. dude. Sorry, Trev.
He'll bring a towel. He'll bring a ladder.
yeah,
I remember
he needs a tower. He needs a tower.
when
for
Trevor
sure.
first started working with us, he had a crush on some girl that came to our booth at ICAST. And he kept asking me, he's like, how tall is she, bro? I was like, I don't remember, dude. I'm married. I don't pay attention to that stuff. He's like, if I get to Florida and she's 6'1", I'll never forgive you.
All right, Kenny, pressure's on. Come on. You can do it.
I would take Bobby over Bill Dance. I'm just saying that right now. Like fishability right now,
I don't,
I would take Bobby.
Bobby,
I don't think he was thinking about fishing so much. He was
thinking
thinking about vibes.
yeah. I mean, dude, Will Osborne's going to put us on, and we're going to have fun. We're going to be eating bergs, getting old men from the water that fell off the boat.
Will
I
is
think-
going to be screwed in this tournament. That's all I'm saying. Between you, Bill Dance, and Ricky.
Sorry, Will.
Is it Ricky?
No, it's
No,
Randy,
Randy.
dude.
Randy.
Even worse, dude.
Who's the fourth one?
I'm just,
Not
thinking, I'm just
Ricky.
thinking
Oh,
about
it's Ricky,
Randy with his
yeah.
gun out on the front of Will's boat. Who's your third, dude?
Oh man,
You could totally score some easy points with your father-in-law right here.
He's never gonna listen to this. There's
Bobby
no way.
Lane,
He's got better
you
things
need
to do with his
listen
life.
to this, bro. Support your son-in-law, dude. Jeez.
Oh man,
And drop a comment below.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Bobby, if you commented on this, dude, it would give us some clout. Can you go ahead and comment?
I'm going.
Share it too.
I'm going with Jared Raskob.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jared's
That's a good
pick.
one. Yeah.
Good Keys pick.
Yep.
Yep. That's
I
a
mean,
stick.
I mean,
So you
he's a
got
legend.
CA, Raskob,
And Trevor.
and Trevor, dude.
He's gonna be out of his
You
element.
definitely have the young blood crew. I feel like you got
Yeah.
all you hit like multiple decades there. I feel like between you and Trev, and then you got Jared,
Well,
and
Jared's
then you
pretty
got
close
CA.
to our age.
Right.
Jared must be like
He's
30.
in
No,
his
he's a little,
30s.
yeah, he's a little
probably.
older.
And
He's like a
then there
generation
is
older than us.
mid-30s.
CA just being the like, what's the word? Chaperone. To
Yeah, the team
Yeah.
dad.
He's the
Jared.
captain. Come on.
Captain.
He is like the dad of fishing.
Yeah.
CA
Mhm.
for sure.
For Florida flats fishing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a good pick. Jared can definitely do everything. I mean, his shows, he's shown he can do everything.
Are we
I'm
gonna
torn
get
now.
like a what's it called, an alternate? You get one extra person if somebody gets
Yeah.
sick.
Yes.
All right, let's do that quick.
Oh.
Yeah. So my last pick, it's gonna be Brett Norris.
Oh.
I love Brett. The vibes will be great.
Immaculate.
The vibes will be great. Hilarious. Another person I don't know if I could trust around Billy Rodney, with how straight edge Billy is.
Dude,
So-
he's not. Billy's the man. Billy would love.
Oh, but he
Brett.
seems so nice.
No, he's just professional when he's talking business.
yeah, and
But when he's
mean-
catching fish, he's a different animal.
Yeah, I bet you
Probably.
we get him out there with
like
the
Kenny.
Tennessee
It's like
tickler,
Kenny.
dude. I bet you he loosens up, dude.
so I am gonna go Brett Norris because he's on a heater, winning freaking tournaments this year. He's won like 3. This
Dang.
well,
year.
I got one, dude. I just came
I
up
wasn't
with
done.
one. Okay, what you got?
You only get one alternative.
I wasn't done talking about Brett.
Is that
Oh.
your third?
Brett
Yeah.
was his third.
Oh, okay. So you
Yeah,
start, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
no. So I'm gonna go Brett.
You're
And
done with that, then we
he's
gotta
a really
go through again.
good person, and I think the vibes are gonna be great. We're gonna be making jokes.
He's a decent person.
He has
I would
a-
say that to him.
He has a good heart.
Yeah.
So those are my 3. I got Rob Fordyce, Austin Campbell, Brett Norris,
Love
and
it.
now we're gonna go one alternate.
Alternate. All right, so I got my alternate, and it's also going to keep the vibe right, and we're going to keep Florida chill. Captain Jeff Vickers, baby.
Oh,
Barefoot Jeff, dude. Everybody sleeps on Barefoot Jeff. That's like the
Mhm.
only guide in Tampa Bay I know that puts people on fish with artificials.
Yeah,
Like literally, I can't think of one other one.
yeah.
Kyle Girl.
Just
You said guide.
so, yeah, dude.
With the boat.
Barefoot Jeff hasn't. I asked Barefoot Jeff
Working
when's the
boat.
last time he wore shoes, and he said a wedding in the '90s, and I loved that. Dude, that was tight. He walks around
He's a
ICAST
legend.
barefoot, dude.
Everywhere he goes. He
He's-
goes to the bar, he's barefoot.
100%.
He only brings the flip flops so they let him in.
Yeah, once
He
if
keeps
they're
them in
gonna
his
kick
back
him out, he'll
pocket.
throw the flip flops on. But up until then, he ain't
He
wearing them.
checks the vibes though first before he puts them on.
So if Randy has too many cheeseburgers or Bill Dance hurts himself, I got Jeff Vickers, dude.
And he's gonna
like
bring the alcohol for sure.
Dude,
guaranteed
he's
it.
gonna keep Florida chill. That's what he's
Mhm.
gonna do.
That's right.
You know, you know what I mean? I once saw Jeff Vickers drink a beer through a snorkel. It's gonna be a good time.
What's is it Miller that he does the commercials?
Coors,
for?
dude.
Coors,
Florida
right.
chill,
That's right, that's
dude.
it.
Can
It's
you,
like Coors.
Bleep out Miller's.
Yeah,
please.
well, yeah, Coors. Thank
Sorry,
you.
Sorry. That's right. He's the Coors man.
Yeah, dude, he's the man.
All right. My pick is going to be quick and easy. Flip palette. I was going to throw him in earlier, but then I had to even you out with
Mhm.
you picking Austin Campbell. I felt like I needed Billy, but there's a good alternate. Flip palette. He'll narrate the entire day and it'll
Yeah,
be
dude.
legendary.
Yes,
Exactly.
he's a legend. For
And I
sure.
feel like he knows how to find fish like anywhere.
Yeah. Can't see him anymore, but
He'll
He-
find
he'll
him. He
sniff
can
'em out.
sniff them out,
Mhm,
dude. Yeah.
exactly.
Kenny, what you got, bud?
They have to be alive.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was gonna be my next
No?
question.
No.
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 That's what I was saying earlier. Yeah, they don't have to be alive.
Yeah.
Jose.
Whoa.
Oh,
Jose Webe.
Webe,
Yes.
dude. That
Dang.
old dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
a
mean-
good pick. That's a really good pick.
I mean, probably I'd say for its time, the best fishing show ever for its time.
Spanish fly.
Yeah, Spanish Fly. I mean, those are so epic. I mean, we still watch them. Once every month we go and watch Spanish Fly videos.
What's his like specialty? Would you say?
Tarpon, right?
He does everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a jack of all trades.
Yeah,
He's
he would
just super
travel.
fishy.
Yeah,
He's an
Yeah,
ace.
Jose
Ace in the
is-
pocket right there.
Jose's a good pick, and I think my last pick could probably kind of even him out. Another personal pick, Billy Knowles. I mean,
R.I.P.
I have fished with him until he passed away a couple years ago, but I mean, the stories that he would tell would make me blush. Like, he was an amazing person, lived such an amazing life. He pioneered so much of the Florida fishing.
He's such a softie down deep.
I know.
Like,
Dude.
Yeah, I
that
know.
hard
Yeah.
exterior.
But
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
Billy.
got this soft,
What
gushy
a
head.
legend.
Underneath all them Slurpees and Kit Kats, dude.
I mean,
just a
he
big
talks
softie.
about. I think he talked about on Andy Mills' podcast going and fly fishing for bluefin tuna in what's the island? It's
Anagua.
no close.
Martha's Vineyard?
Excalac.
My iguana.
My
Bimini.
iguana,
Bimini.
Oh,
dude.
Bimini.
Yeah, he said he would sight fish and fly fish for bluefin tuna, big 500-pound bluefin tuna.
I didn't know they got that on the Bimini.
Yeah,
Hmm.
this was back.
What kind
in
of
the
fly reel are
50s
you
and
throwing
60s.
at a 500-pound fish?
a 15 weight?
That's
That's
Yeah, which I mean, you
That's
just
wild. I didn't know that existed.
so I think Billy and Jose are
Jack.
definitely the legends of
I
this.
mean, we're all going to get stomped by Kyle's team, I think. You have Brett Norris,
What?
Austin Campbell,
Austin Campbell,
Rob Fordyce,
Rob Fordyce,
and
and
Billy
Billy
Knowles.
Knowles. If
Yeah.
it's in the Keys, we're done.
First of all,
If
Flip
it's in Tampa
Pallet
Bay.
taught Rob everything.
True.
But Rob
True.
is a legend in his own as well. But
Yep.
you know, just having Flip there kind of humbles Rob a little bit. It might
Yeah.
even put some fear in him. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know the relationship that
And I'm
well.
not going to talk shit to
And
Rob when he
then
blows a shot,
Billy-
but Flip will.
What? Yeah, that's
And-
true. That's
I'm
right.
not saying nothing to that
But
giant
I don't
dude.
think-
Phil, I bet Flip can get in his head. No one else will, but Flip will get into Rob's head. So I feel confident.
Yeah,
about
but
that.
he can't get
Billy?
But he can't get into Brett's head because there really isn't much there. So no one's gonna get into Brett's head. So that is good.
That's true.
Well, I got the Mogan man to even out Brett.
That's
I feel
true.
like he's just got the
Kale-
decades of
Kale-
experience.
Kale has Randy from Trailer Park Boys. To even
Dude, I don't care. I'm having a good time in
He is
this
gonna be
tournament.
there,
dude.
he is gonna be their hand. He's gonna be their hand. Handing out freaking burgers, trying to get people up.
Course,
He's gonna
bud.
poison. He might poison the burgers. I'm gonna have to tell my team not to eat Randy's burgers.
Yeah, dude. He'll have
I got Billy to finish it out. I feel like to net the fish. He's-
Billy and Austin are
he's got the big
a pretty
net.
close wash.
Yep,
Yep,
I'd
even
say.
out. Our
Yeah.
teams would be pretty neck and neck.
Yeah,
Kenny has a
And-
good team,
And
but
my
I
team
think-
is just relying heavily on Will Osborne.
yeah.
I'm
And
surprised.
maybe Bill Dance has some knowledge. Too.
I am
He's been fishing a
surprised.
long time.
It's
I'm
true.
really surprised that you didn't pick Jimmy Wheeler.
I would. Jimmy's also a great time.
There's a lot of good options.
I mean,
out there.
Jimmy was. Yeah,
I
that's,
mean-
that's a high draft
I mean,
pick.
if we're being honest here, you did a tournament with Jimmy and Will, and they would have won the tournament if it wasn't for you. losing
No,
a
but
fish.
to my, I did lose.
Wow.
I did lose a tournament winning. It was a Goliath, so I wasn't going to win anything. But, and they'll tell me it wasn't a Goliath. But
What will they say it was?
Jimmy
Big
got
red?
piped on a fish like 10 minutes before I did, but we happened to forget about that. I just the last one's the one
Wasn't
you
a
remember.
fish. It was the mangroves.
He got pile drive just like I did. But yeah, that haunted me for a while. Thanks, Kyle, for bringing it up.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Anytime, bud.
Well, guys, if you have any options for your dream team, definitely drop them in the comments below. We want to hear who we missed and who you would substitute for some of our teams, and also who you think would win this tournament based on our picks.
Yeah.
If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel, like this video, share it wherever podcasters share. Tell your friends. You guys, at the end of the day, are the marketing for our business. We're a small business. We got a small marketing budget. So really, we rely on you guys to tell others about Florida fishing products. Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it. Any last words?
Did.
Until next time.
See you, boys.
See ya.
Good luck, Will.